Good morning.
Oh, we're back.
We are.
Hey, I'm actually ready this time for once because for those of you who don't know, every time before we start the podcast, I always ask Cotton, how do we start this podcast? Because I never remember.
I'm being schneefed.
Oh, my dog.
Pippa.
Piper, what are you doing, baby?
Thank you.
Piper, get down. Leave him alone. Thank you.
Because I'm so close to the bed this time.
Yeah, she was laying up on it a minute ago. Well, hi, everybody. Welcome to Lost in Louisville, a food podcast where we try food in the local Louisville area and let you know if it's worth your time.
I'm going to use MapQuest to try and get lost there.
Yeah, well, we've yet to actually get lost, I think.
Spoiler alert. Sorry.
Spoilers, yeah.
I'm Cotton. That's Bob.
Yeah, hi, I'm Bob.
No guests today.
No guest, no Hannah. My dog is a guest. She was sniffing near the mic, I guess, if you heard her.
She's always here.
Yeah, she's always...
I usually cut her out, though.
Yeah, well, we try
She
to.
talks too much.
She does talk too much, bro. Especially during movies. It's awful.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I don't imagine... You don't record while... Do you record while you're watching the movie?
Yeah, we record the whole thing.
Okay, so... I know we're already derailing, but, that's got to be awful. You just hear cuts around all kinds of shit.
No, because we don't use all of that audio. I clip out the stuff I
I
want.
assume not. Like, you wouldn't want a 3-hour...
No. I clip
Podcast.
out the stuff I need. And usually she's quiet during the stuff I need. Sometimes she's not, and that is, let's just say, a pain in my ass.
That word you used, that
What?
quiet word, that's a cuss word to me now, and I hate it.
What word?
This will loop us to the inside joke I was talking about, because it's work related. Quiet.
Quiet.
That word's a bad word at work.
Why is that word a bad word at work?
Apparently, in all industries like security, in security, EMS, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Saying the word it's quiet, or just using the word quiet in a sentence, it automatically summons bullshit.
Yep, I've heard that at work.
I've
heard people at work say that.
So bad. I don't believe in it. I think it's a load of bullshit.
I don't believe it either. I just believe that the bullshit would have happened whether I said it or not.
Right. But it is weird because somebody will say quiet and then they get shit on the rest of the night. Like, shit'll just constantly be happening. It'll be a goddamn Wednesday, dude, and it's dead in there. There are 12 people. Somebody says quiet, 3 behaviorals in one night. That's not even a joke.
Oh my god.
And it's like, okay, what the fuck just happened? Yesterday, it was crazy. I don't think anybody said the Q word. That's what we say throughout the whole shit.
The Q word.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's like we treat it like it's a racial slur. And Liz was like, she came over the radio, or I was on the phone with her trying to tell her something, like a found item that I had.
Sure.
And she was like, man, I don't know what the fuck happened. Somebody said the goddamn Q word. She said, I'm going to find out who. Because if dispatch finds out who said it and a bunch of shit's going off, they'll just call that person to do everything.
Oh my
You
god.
get put on the actual shit list.
Oh my lord. Well, that's why I'm saying the Q word sucks, is because then you just get fucked.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So, but I say the Q word all the time on purpose, and it pisses everybody off because I never have to deal with anything because it's always, every time I say it, it's problems the supervisors have to deal with.
So you're an asshole.
So my supervisor's gotten to the point where he goes, okay, every time I hear you say the Q word, I'm putting you at a post for 8 hours, which means I have to sit there in silence just saying hello and checking IDs for 8 hours. He has gotten me to stop saying the Q word.
Honestly, yeah, I would stop saying the Q word after one round of that. Jesus Christ.
I've had my first day on the floor by myself. I was on the floor 8 hours at a post. I wanted to die. And he was like, yeah, sorry, we just didn't have very many people, and you're newer, so we were like, we could use some of our veterans on the floor. He was like, we know now. Bad idea. So.
God, I can't imagine having to stand in one spot for 8 hours.
At least you have a chair.
Oh, that's nice. I didn't know you had a chair.
Yeah, grave shift, we're the only shift that's allowed to sit in a chair at the posts.
Really?
Because it gets slow enough.
That makes sense.
After the first few hours of my shift, it really slows down. But some days it doesn't. I mean, like during the week, we do head counts every hour, but we don't ever hear them over the radio. Like they only call them over the radio at 5 o'clock or about 6 o'clock in the morning. During the week, it's nothing for it to be like 38 or 50. On the weekends, it's usually like 180.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's still at 5 o'clock in the morning. That's
That's
where
nuts.
It's like, oof. But what I was gonna say, inside joke at work. We went to the Post today, and
Oh yes.
it's a pizza place.
Can I preface this before we start the story?
Yeah, go ahead.
We've both been to the Post before. We had a different plan.
We've been to the Post together before.
We've been to the Post together. I think there's a video on
My
your
Instagram,
Instagram
yeah.
of us at the Post together.
Uh-huh.
We planned on going somewhere else this week. I will not spoil what that place was because its name is fucking hysterical.
Yeah, it's my fault. I was sick. I'm sorry. You shall not be named sister. We'll go
Yeah.
next time.
We meant to go, but Cotton was feeling bad, and the place isn't open on the weekend, so we couldn't do it today. Anyway, continue with the story.
So this Post has like a slice of the day.
Oh yeah.
So you can always get, some kind of weird, crazy thing. It was broccoli, bacon, cheddar.
It was broccoli cheddar soup pizza,
Weird.
which is interesting. They have a lot of. See, here's my thing with the Post. I like the Post. I've been there a couple times.
Mhm.
I got something I'd never tried before just for today.
As did I. But it's something I would have gotten at a different pizza place.
Yeah, fair.
Yours isn't.
I mean, yeah, this is something I really wanted to try. It was.
It's
Yeah, we'll see.
interesting. That was wild. So this is the first place that we'll actually get to rate and have prior experience,
Mhm.
and actually be able to give more of an honest review.
Yeah, because we've had multiple trips, so that we can see if there's consistency, if it's inconsistent, stuff like that. It'll be really interesting to see what our scores end up being.
It's like our first repeat episode without there having to be an episode about this place already.
Yeah.
So when we were sitting there, I was like, man, that's a good joke at work. And I'm going to have to go back to work and tell people about that, because at work, there is a place where we all have lunch. And you can pay $2 out of your paycheck. You just swipe your badge, and you can get a meal cooked for you.
That's really nice.
Hot,
That's cool.
Hot, fresh, ready. Basically whatever you want. Hamburger, pizza, chicken tenders, fries, breakfast food if you want breakfast food, whatever you want. There's a whole menu. Sometimes they have like hot food sitting out, just like roast beef, steaks, just crazy shit. Yeah. Just stuff they decide to cook sometimes. But there's a free side too. That's got like salad stuff, lunch meat, chips, and then there's a soup. And it's supposed to be a soup of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody eats it.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Not a soul.
Barely. So the soup of the day becomes the soup of 3 days.
Oh no.
And so one of the guys, older dude, he's like 8 feet tall.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Back when it was a boat, they had the same bar, and they have a broccoli cheddar soup all the time.
Okay, sure.
One day he decides to have it.
All right.
Gets real bad indigestion.
Oh.
Shitting himself all day.
Oh.
Couple months later, they see broccoli cheddar again. Nobody eats it. He goes like 2 years. He finally tries it again, gets indigestion, and starts shitting everywhere again. Somebody else on the shift has no idea about these stories, goes and they eat it, and they start shitting themselves.
Oh my God.
It's like a curse. Everyone in security that eats the broccoli cheddar shits themselves throughout their whole shift.
Oh God, stop eating the broccoli cheddar, you
Well,
fools.
yeah. So basically, it's just a joke to walk up to people and be like, "You hungry?" And then be like, "Yeah, I could eat. Well, there's some broccoli cheddar back there." And it's real good. The other, they have lots of inside jokes. Dumb shit. There's this one lady who works there. I won't even say department, nothing like that. But basically, she just talks to everybody. And so it's a big joke to be like, "Hey, man, I seen a cheesecake back in the back with your name on it. And she said, you better go back there. You know it's going to hurt her feelings if you don't say thank you."
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's so stupid. That or, okay, so you're on an island and you've got this person and this person. What do? Who you going for?
What the fuck?
And it's always that awful person and somebody else who's equally or not as bad.
Jesus Christ.
But it's basically you're on an island with that person and you know that they coming for you.
That's fucking preposterous. This old lady sounds like a crazy person.
Oh, she is. I mean, she is. But it's okay. We'll talk to her. We're all nice to her.
Well, yeah.
But
I mean, there are people
jokes about people
my
that
work
we
that I
hate.
don't like that I'm nice to.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to be that way. And
Yeah.
it's not that we don't like her. It's just that, we know overly flirtatious to be that old.
I see.
So that's the joke, right?
Oh, is she hitting on you?
No.
Oh.
No, never
Hannah
on
would
me.
shut that down.
The tall
Hannah had
guy.
to fight an old woman.
She wouldn't. The tall guy in security, him,
Yeah,
he's also old.
I see.
Mostly older cats. And then a few of the younger guys.
See, that's what's weird about my job is, like, because of where I work, there's just a lot of young people. Like, most of the people I work with are my age.
Teenagers, yeah.
Not teenagers, bro. I'm 23. Come on, I'm 22.
Well, I mean, I was going to say teenagers before you said that because, I mean, think about it. A lot of people start working there in high school.
Yeah. I mean, my friend Austin, he's worked there since he was like 17.
That's what I'm saying.
He used to co-op. He used to go to class and then come do, like, our job.
A
So,
lot of people in our school did that. It's crazy.
yeah, dude.
Absolutely not.
I had too much extracurricular stuff going on to do that stuff.
Yep.
Like, I was doing too many theater shows. I was doing band stuff, choir stuff. I didn't have time for a job.
I had a job, but I wouldn't want to do UPS.
No, absolutely not. Let's at least talk about the place a little bit.
Okay, so you already know we didn't get lost today.
We did not get lost. I'm sorry to hear. Listen, I fucking tried, and I almost got you good.
You lied to me?
I didn't lie to you. I just
just-
may have left out some information on one of the steps on purpose to see if you get lost or not.
And when I asked you, what does it say? And you went, I don't know.
I was hoping you would notice.
I did notice because I said something, and because I know how it works now.
Yeah. He asked me, are we going north or south? I went, I don't know. It doesn't say. And he just looked at me like I was fucking stupid.
I was like, I know it says, but whatever.
But you did. You went the right way.
I did.
You went the right way.
I
Listen,
did because you said Eastern Parkway was next, and I went, I think I know which way that is.
Yeah. I did try a little harder to get us lost. Listen, I'm going to be mad if we do this show forever and then we just never get lost.
Hey, good driver.
No. You're okay.
So far, I take instructions well.
You do take instructions well. That's fair.
I've never messed it up. It's
You've
always
actually-
you messing it up. I've corrected us.
You've
so many
corrected us a
times.
couple times. You've unbungled the mess I made.
I decipher the Konami code.
But, so, we sat at the bar today because we walk in and it says seat yourself, and a server walks up and is like, hey, I have 2 seats down by the bar. Go sit by the bar. I don't mind sitting at a bar. Like,
Nope.
it's not my preference, right?
But
But it's also not usually a bad thing. But if I sit at the bar, I'm going to want to drink.
yeah,
The problem is it was 1 p.m. on a Sunday, and I didn't want to get day drunk.
true.
So I didn't drink, and you were driving, so you couldn't drink.
Yeah, I thought about having a beer. I don't know what it was about sitting there. I was like, a single beer.
That's
would
what I
sound
was.
nice.
That's literally what I was thinking, because we were sitting at the bar, and I was like, I just want a beer.
I think it's because we're looking at the 23 taps on the wall.
Yeah. Speaking of beer, did I tell you about? This is a different podcast story, but I'm gonna bring it up anyway because we're talking about beer now. Ben and I watched My Bloody Valentine for Valentine's Day this year.
Yep, yep.
We've talked about this. I showed you the cool steel case of that movie that I bought. Super
Uh-huh.
cool movie. That movie was filmed in Canada. So throughout the entire movie, they're drinking this beer called Moosehead Lager.
Yeah.
And I was like, this movie has to be sponsored by this beer. Turns out the movie was not sponsored. Moosehead Lager is just the oldest operating brewery in all of Canada, and you can buy the beer in the U.S. Ben brought me a 6-pack of bottles of that. That is the best beer I've ever had.
Really?
It's awesome. It's the only beer I've ever gone, wow, I could just drink this. Like, I would just drink these all, like, constantly. They're just delicious. Like, I shit you not, American beer blows ass. Drink Canadian
yeah.
beer.
Well, you might piss some people off. With that.
Well, I might piss some people off, but American beer is not good. That Canadian beer, delicious.
I've not had a good American beer other than Busch Apple, but that does not taste like beer.
I was
at
going to say
all.
that. They probably taste like apple juice.
It literally just tastes like apple juice. It's great.
But something cool I wanted to mention is, so we're sitting at the bar, and I overhear this lady, the bartender, talking to another group of people there. They have, like, local breweries on tap at the Post, which is really cool.
Yeah.
There's a local brewery called Gallant Fox that Ben and I talked about on my other podcast. They have that stuff on tap. So next time we go like to the post, I think we should try and get a beer.
We should.
Maybe we'll make someone else drive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
Someone who doesn't drink.
Either I'll drive there, somebody else can drive back.
Maybe we'll make Hannah drive. She can't drink.
Exactly.
She's pregnant.
Yeah.
Or make Laren drive. He shouldn't be drinking.
Shouldn't. That is a very operative, strong statement. Shouldn't.
Should not.
Not with that many brain injuries.
Oh God. We need to have him on the show, right?
Yeah.
He's one of. I mean, I would say of our friend group, it's me, you, and him. Or like.
I see. I'm just worried he's gonna make. That's the episode we get lost.
Oh,
the drone.
You're right.
Yeah.
He would get us so lost so fast.
That's another funny thing. If we should start making the guests read the instructions.
No. You know he who shall not be named would troll the shit out of us and just get us lost on purpose.
I know. But that's like the point. You know, it's an honor system. Bob broke the honor system today. You're not supposed to try and get us lost.
I would no. But
No.
But the thing is, I didn't lie to you. I just didn't tell you the whole truth.
You did lie to me. I asked you, does it say north or south? And you said, it doesn't say.
Because
that's a lie.
Well, it didn't say north or south, but it did give me an arrow. So I could have told you what direction to go. I just didn't. But I didn't lie to you because it didn't say north or south. It didn't say that.
Okay. You know that some people, my dad will agree with me on this one, not telling the whole truth is still a fucking lie.
No.
Well, actually, you could have said, I don't know, and I would have been like, I would tell you right now, that's a fair statement. You told me the whole truth because you don't know, because you can't tell me which direction is north or south whenever we're driving.
It's true, I can't. You always ask me and I go, I don't fucking know. And then you look up at the sun and go, oh, north's that way. And I'm just like, well, what are you, a Boy Scout?
Not anymore.
What did you, we've talked about this before, haven't we?
I made it like Tiger Cub.
See, I didn't know there were so many levels to that shit.
I didn't know there were either.
Like, isn't there like a Weeblo?
See, Weeblo is the last in Cub Scouts.
Interesting.
Then it goes to Boy Scouts.
And then after that's Eagle Scouts.
Yeah, that's the highest, I think.
Interesting. Like I said, I got something a little different. Normally when I go to the post, this is just personal for me, I think their pepperoni pizza is good. Like, yep. I would say for most pizza places, a pepperoni pizza is where I would base my groundwork for most things.
Yeah, see, I'm a pepperoni jalapeno.
See, I don't like jalapenos that much. Like, I like the spice. I just don't like the actual jalapeno flavor very much.
That's so weird. I've met so many people recently who say the same thing.
Yeah. I don't like the peppery flavor, but I like the spice that it adds, you know?
Love it.
But normally I would just go and get like a slice of pepperoni. I think a slice of pizza is like $4, but it's like a fucking quarter. It's a huge piece of pizza.
It's a huge piece of pizza.
Like I do get a slice of cheese, and I was like, that is most of a pizza.
Yeah, it's definitely a slice from a 16-inch pizza.
Yeah, it's the biggest slice they have. So good value if you're buying it by the slice. Like, I think you could spend $5, fill up on a slice of pizza, and get a beer.
Yeah.
And it's
dude
not
spent
that bad.
like $10. I only know because he left his receipt next to us. Spent like $10 on that huge ass slice and a beer.
Yeah, which is not bad if like you're just going for a quick lunch or something with one person.
Mm-mm. He seems sated.
Yeah, no, it was but I got a pizza called the New Colossus.
It just every time you say that, it makes me think of Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, very good video game.
Never played it, but it looks good.
Yeah. I think we both got the smallest size, which is a 12-inch,
yeah.
which is still like I ate half of a pizza and I have half of a pizza left. Like,
right.
It's a lot of food.
I am so surprised. Like, I feel like most places have 10 inches or personal pans. You know, like super small pizzas. They only go down to 12. It's 12, 14, and 16. That's it.
Yeah. And the 16s are fucking huge.
Yeah, that's a lot of pizza.
It's a lot.
I mean, I think whenever we went, there were like 6 of us or 7 of us eating. We got us one 16-inch.
Yeah.
Fed the whole table.
It was...
And there was still pizza left.
If you want like good value, bang for your buck, and you're feeding a large group of people and they're not very picky, you could totally just show up and buy one big pizza and split it.
But it's like $18.
Yeah, and you can
for most of their 16-inch pizzas.
And you can feed probably 5 or 6 people.
Absolutely.
Easily. So I got the New Colossus, which came with... Oh, God, I'm trying to remember. Oh, instead of a tomato sauce, it had pesto, which I'm a big fan of pesto. I like pesto a lot.
Me too.
Pesto, chicken, olive oil, a balsamic vinaigrette, and then extra Parmesan on top.
It literally just looked like a pesto salad without the fucking bow tie noodles.
I chose not to get tomatoes on it because I don't really like tomatoes very much.
Either. I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
It looked like, pesto salad, but without having the noodles. It was just caked on top of a fucking pizza pie.
Yeah. Now, what did you get, Cotton? Because I thought yours looked fucking weird.
I got a. What's it say on the receipt?
I knew you were gonna ask that, that's why I kept it over here.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. It's called the Buff Chicken Dinner.
Yeah. So you can get it with buffalo chicken or regular chicken.
You got it with buffalo.
Yeah, I got buffalo. So it was a buffalo sauce as the sauce, which we both didn't get red sauce pizzas.
Yeah. Well, that's my big thing going in. I was like, I know what their red sauce tastes like. And I like it, so I'm gonna try a different kind of sauce.
I will say I like their red sauce a lot.
I do too.
I don't care for red sauce on pizza. I always get light sauce.
Really? I didn't know that.
Always. I never dip anything in marinara either. I think it's because I hate tomatoes so much.
I don't hate tomatoes. I hate like raw tomatoes.
That's fair. I like
Tomato
ketchup.
sauces are fine. Ketchup is fine.
I just don't. I don't like most red sauces. I think they're too overpowering. I'm in it for the toppings and the bread.
So what you're saying is you don't like flavor.
The flavor comes from the toppings.
No, most pizza toppings are not that flavorful.
What?
You're telling me a pepperoni is packed full of flavor?
Yeah.
No.
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, maybe a little bit, but it's not crazy.
I get pepperoni and jalapeno, or I get hamburgers and onions. I want to taste that. You know.
I guess. Yeah, I guess if you're going into it for the toppings, I guess. But I guess I've never really looked at it like that. I've always been like, I'm going for the experience of pizza, and the big part of pizza for me is the sauce.
And that's an interesting take because I never really think about it from that because I'm me, so I'm always light sauce, extra cheese, double my toppings.
MF's extra cheese. If I wanted to eat a brick of cheese, I'd eat a brick of cheese, dude. I can't do it. People who get so much cheese on their pizza that you're taking a bite and you can feel the layer bite through. That's too much. That's way too much.
I mean, that's fair.
I love cheese. You know that about me.
Yeah.
But on pizza, dude, too much. Too much cheese is easily done.
I agree. Too much cheese is definitely a thing. But
yeah,
I think extra cheese, just like the little bit, I don't get double or go anything crazy.
Yeah, dude. Like when I worked at Papa John's, people would be like, "Can I get extra cheese with the garlic parmesan cheese crust? And then can you also throw on the extra 3 cheese blend?" And I'm just like, dude, do you want me to give you a bag of cheese? Like you could just go home. Like you're wasting money on this pizza.
It's fucked.
Because also, I'm a little bit of a spoiler for the pizza industry here. At Papa John's, what they told me was cheese is the most expensive thing they buy.
Oh, yeah.
Most of their profit is spent on cheese.
Yep.
Because they need so much of it because every single pizza has cheese on it. But also, cheese is just expensive. So when you're buying like that extra cheese, quadruple cheese pizza, they are upcharging the shit out of you.
Oh, yeah.
When it's like, you can just make that at home pretty easily.
Could.
Like the Papa John's
I love making homemade pizza.
tomato sauce is just canned, man.
I don't doubt it.
No, I'm serious. Like it comes in a big tin can labeled Papa John's tomato sauce, and you the Papa, you fucking wrench that shit open and pour it into another bucket.
We made a promise at the beginning of this podcast to email every single one of these episodes to Papa John.
I completely forgot.
I never figured out what his email was, so I just gave up on it.
Oh, that's what it was. I was like, I was supposed to email Papa John, and then I remembered you were supposed to find his email. I put that on you.
Yep, couldn't find it. Not possible.
Literally impossible.
Yeah.
Listen, we'll have to reach out to his PR team and see if they have anything to say on the subject.
I think they would just be like, don't contact that man.
Leave him alone. Listen, the day of reckoning has not come.
It's come close.
What? What do you mean it's come close? What does that mean?
We don't talk about it.
Okay,
You've
I guess.
not seen the shadows in the sky?
I don't know what. Oh. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
You think that was Papa John?
In Ohio?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
You think Papa John was out in Ohio derailing that train that was on him?
I think he was sweating bullets and
all over the tracks, and that's why it derailed.
It got slippery.
All oiled up.
He sweats pure grease, by the way.
Oh, he does. That video where he says the day of reckoning is coming, like, I've eaten 30 pizzas in 30 days or whatever.
And they all suck. Yeah, well.
Yeah, well.
Fast food.
You know who made them? Your company.
Not his company at that. Yeah, he'd been disowned by that point.
Yeah, well, he'd been.
That's why he was
disowned.
doing it.
I would say removed forcefully.
Yeah, I reckon we'll never reach out to him. But
no, I don't think we will. I don't know if we really want to.
I mean, I kind of do because
I mean, it'd be funny. Yeah, that's the only thing is it would be funny.
It would be hilarious.
I mean, he's just like, here's my thing. Whether or not you believe he was baited into saying the N-word, some people are on that train.
I haven't heard that one.
Well, God, you haven't been in the same rabbit holes I have. Some people are online and convinced that he basically they baited him into saying the N-word and he had no other choice, and then they used it to blackmail him. I don't believe that. First of all, I think if he was gonna say the N-word, he was gonna say it whether they wanted him to or not. So that's whatever.
Whatever.
But have you seen this man's house?
It's huge.
It's gargantuan.
Uh-huh.
He does not need our support.
It's not him supporting us.
You want? Wait.
Wait. Yeah. It's not us supporting him.
You want Papa John's to endorse the podcast?
Is the clout.
But that's not clout. That's clout with the wrong people, Cotton.
Oh. They eat too.
Sure.
We all eat.
No.
We're rebranding him as the Louisville Eats guy.
That's a dangerous game, Cotton. That's a dangerous game.
He's taking it back. That's a Clerks reference. Clerks 2.
Is it? I've never seen Clerks.
Clerks 2. Taking it back. I came this an iota close to saying what they were taking it back in Clerks 2.
What were they doing in Clerks 2?
It's a racial slur. I can't say it.
Oh, okay, never mind. I didn't know. Oh, wait. Oh, they're taking that back.
No, not that one.
Oh.
Different one.
Okay.
Same people, though.
Okay. I'm not even going to question it. I'll have to look this up later because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Anyone who knows Clerks 2, show's awesome. Movie's awesome.
Isn't that what, Matt? Oh, my God.
It's a Jay and Silent Bob movie, really.
Yeah, but the dude's name is Matt something, right? Matt Smith?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he did Clerks 2, Jay and Silent Bob. Right? I think so.
There's a Clerks 3.
Is there a Clerks 3? I didn't know that.
There is. It just came out. It's them making Clerks 1 into a movie. Because basically, it's like their daily life in Clerks 1.
Sure.
And Clerks 2.
Mm-hmm.
Clerks 3 is them being like, this would be a hilarious movie. And so they just recreate the entire first movie. I don't know. It's just like a whole ironic thing.
Okay.
They hired different people to play it.
That's really weird.
It was. I haven't watched it. I've seen clips from it. And I'm like, that sounds ridiculous.
Dude, speaking of watching stuff, me and Ben, we sat down and watched the first episode of the Borat TV show.
It's a TV show?
You haven't seen this shit?
No.
It got removed from a lot of streaming services because it was so bad.
I don't doubt it.
Some of the stuff he gets these politicians to say. But anyway, so we watched the first episode of that Borat show. I can't remember the name of it for the life of me. The things he gets some politicians that are still in office to this day to say it's nuts. He got, so you know who Matt Gaetz is. He's a representative from Florida.
Yeah.
He got Matt Gaetz to agree to give 4-year-olds machine guns, unironically, by posing as some like buff Israeli man who's pro Second Amendment. It is, I think it's called, oh God, what is it? Basically, they want to train kids from kindergartners up to have guns to protect themselves in schools.
Absolutely.
That's a great idea.
It is. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Nuts. Like, absolutely batshit. I just thought I should mention that since we're talking about shows we've been watching lately. You watched The Last of Us yet? Just
No.
a change. I haven't either. I've seen the first episode, but I haven't.
But I'm not as interested in it because I never played the games.
You ever played the games? They're really good. I like
don't
the
have
games a lot.
PlayStation.
That's fair. You know what? That makes sense.
So, to go back to what was on my pizza, because I said 2 ingredients.
What did we get sidetracked by?
All kinds of shit.
My dog? Was that the start of it?
No. I went to red sauce, and then we started talking about extra cheese. Then we got to Papa John's, and it went down a whole track.
All right. Well, I was trying to remember if I was the one that derailed us or not.
No, because I said red sauce, which was semi-relevant, and then you were like talking about
Papa
making
John's.
your own pizza at home, and then you were like, because the Papa John sauce is from a can.
Yep.
And then I brought up the Papa John.
Okay. So, yeah, we derailed each other.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It just worked its way through Clerks and on TV shows. That just shows you how fast it is to get derailed like a train in Ohio. So I'm sorry.
Hold on.
Those people are suffering.
Those people are suffering, but
and the government isn't saying anything about it.
The government is doing
that.
it. Speaking of the government, kind of related. Have you seen these crazy AI TikToks of Joe Biden and Barack Obama?
Have you seen these crazy things of Joe Biden in general?
Well, no, hold on. But like Joe Biden, Barack Obama, George Bush,
and Donald Trump playing Halo multiplayer.
No, bro, playing Call of Duty Zombies.
I've seen him playing Halo multiplayer.
I've seen them playing COD Zombies and doing the Origin Easter egg and arguing over which staff they're gonna get.
Oh my god.
Most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Anyway, back to your pizza.
The one I seen with Halo, it was Elon Musk, some dude from CNN, Joe Biden, Barack Obama, and Donald Trump. It was awesome.
They're so stupid.
What's funny is that everyone was on the same page except for Joe Biden. Everyone was shitting on Joe Biden.
Oh my god. See, what's funny for me was the one I watched where they're playing zombies. They just keep yelling at George Bush to take out the plane before it causes 9/11 again. They're like, George, take out that plane. And George is like, no, it's going to hit the second tower. It's so fucking insane. All that AI voice stuff is just nuts.
It's crazy how much it's come like advanced.
Oh, yeah.
So on my pizza, there was barbecue sauce.
Was that barbecue sauce?
Sorry, buffalo sauce.
I was confused.
Oh, God. Buffalo sauce. Chicken, like good-sized grilled chicken strips.
Yeah, I had the same thing on mine.
Cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Then there were bacon crumbles.
Is that what that was?
All over it. And blue cheese crumbles on top.
That's the only thing you just mentioned that made me sad. Because
you can get blue cheese or you can get ranch.
I don't like ranch or blue cheese.
Well,
so both of those sound bad to me.
That was some really good blue cheese, though.
Really? It looked good.
Way different. It was really soft because blue cheese is like normally hard.
Is
like,
it?
Not hard.
I've tried blue cheese once and it was terrible.
It's not hard. It's normally like the crumbles when you get them. They've got like density.
They're like semi-soft, right? Like,
yeah, it's like a curd.
More like oh god, you know those little rolls of Bluebell or Baybell like cheese you get like that, like kind of squishy but still has some give.
A little bit softer than that. It's almost powdery compared to that.
Okay,
it's like drier, but it's good. This was really moist and like this is a horrible comparison, but I can't think of anything else. Like Play-Doh or a booger, like that kind of consistency.
Okay, you think it's because it was hot?
I think so.
Okay,
so it was a little melty, which was really good. It brought out a lot more of the flavor. It was interesting. So I would get a buffalo chicken pizza anywhere else.
Yeah, that's fair. I would get a buffalo chicken pizza places too, or barbecue chicken, just depending.
And it's really funny because I feel like a lot of places have it, and they all put a ranch drizzle on top. Nowhere has ever offered me to put blue cheese on it.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm really sad. I almost suggested that we get like an appetizer or something, like some, because I know their beer cheese pretzel bites are really good.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted some because they're really good. That would have been way too much food.
Oh my god.
I wouldn't have, I ate half a pizza and I'm still like recoiling from the effects.
Me too. I'm like, God, is my mom gonna make dinner whenever I go over there?
Oh my god. Like, I don't know if this is TMI. That pizza, like, it went right through me. I have pooped 3 times.
We always be talking about shitting on this.
Yeah, well, listen, that's
it's
part of the process.
Podcast telling you the after effects.
Yeah. Like, I went to the bathroom in the post.
Yeah.
I took a dump when we got, us this too. So I took a dump when we got home.
Yeah. You pooped before we left too.
I pooped. Well, I hadn't had the post yet. That was unrelated.
But I'm just saying, that's 3 shits today, bro.
Well, listen.
Is it solid?
Yeah.
Really?
I'd be pooping. I always be pooping. You know that about me. If there's one thing I'd be doing, it's pooping. I shit a lot, dude. I just do.
It's just crazy to me.
I mean, I have 60 pounds on you.
Fair.
You know what I mean?
But with all that shitting, how?
Don't ask me. I don't know. So, I don't want to get into the rating, but I do want to talk about service a little bit, just to like a general idea. Yeah. The lady at the bar was really nice.
She's nice.
I didn't have any problems with her.
It was just a little slow.
A little slow, but I don't know if that was on her or on the kitchen.
It was kind of busy.
It was busy. There were a lot of people there. Not a lot, but like the bar was pretty full.
Yeah.
There were people at the tables. There were people sitting outside. Because it was, how hot do you think it was today? Like 50, 60 degrees?
Yeah, it was about 58, 59 degrees.
So it's not a terrible day out. It's kind of warm because of the sun. So there were people sitting out on the patio, out out in the open, eating outside. There are people inside sitting at the tables. There are other people at the bar with us.
Yep.
Like, I wouldn't say it was popping off, but there were a lot of people in there for a Tuesday. A Tuesday? What the fuck? What am I talking about?
It's a Sunday.
It's a Sunday.
I even mentioned church today.
Yeah, you mentioned church. Okay, so let's talk about church for a second. God damn it, you've derailed me again. Cotton looked at me and said, "It's 2:00. What are these people doing here? Should they be in church?"
I said that as a joke just because it's Sunday.
But did you not know, like, when do you think church happens on Sundays, man?
Okay, look. I went to a church that we started at 5 p.m.
So you went to night church.
I did.
Okay.
But there was another church that I used to go to, 8 a.m. service.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
The church I went to as a kid was 11 a.m. service. You'd have an hour-long service, get out at noon. Then this is something that not everyone does, but we would go hiking after church, and then we would go have lunch. So when he said 2 p.m., I was stunned. I was like, what do you... Church is at 11 to 12. That's when church is for me.
I still thought it was
on
weird.
Sundays. Also, I don't know who's at church at 2 p.m. Like, I don't know any church that lets out at that time. Okay, well, the
I'm
church
pointing
behind
to the backyard currently.
the church behind my house has service every fucking day,
Yeah, I know.
and there are always people there,
It's true.
always popping off, always
Always.
hella people in my
Always
backyard,
drums banging.
always being loud.
Wild over there.
I don't mind that church, but sometimes they'd be parking in my parking spaces, and it pissed me off.
Yeah. It's okay. I park in the same parking spot every time. I didn't get that parking spot this time, though,
Yeah.
when we came back.
Anyway, moving away from church. What was the other thing you wanted to yell at me about? You said we should talk about it on the podcast because you were mad.
It was right before we started.
Cherries.
Cherries. Yep. I said, I think cherry's my favorite fruit.
And I told him that's fucking heinous. No one's ever said that ever. Why? There are so many other better fruits.
Name one.
Apples. Apples are better than cherries by
Bullshit.
far.
Bullshit.
You're telling me you can't bite into a crisp, golden...
Juicy apple. Fuck
Yes.
that. Compared
What?
to a cherry, cherries are...
Cherries are this... You get an ounce of flavor per fruit.
That's why I said cherries.
So you need more than one.
Yeah.
So you're not going to carry around a bag of cherries when you can carry around one fully contained apple because it has
I'm going to
skin.
carry around a little baggie with some cherries.
No.
Yeah.
No. Fuck
It's
off.
the satisfaction of being able to spit the pit out, too.
No. That's that's awful.
Just going,
So you're saying it's a benefit that you're eating something that you can't eat all of?
it's 98% eat. You can't eat all of an apple
Yes, you
either.
can.
Cyanide,
Trent does it.
Cyanide.
Trent does it.
Cyanide.
Trent eats the whole apple.
He didn't eat the seeds.
Yes, he does.
Bullshit.
That bitch literally... I've seen him do it. Whole apple. He eats the whole goddamn thing, and you can.
That man's a monster.
Well, okay, you're not wrong. I'm not
He's
saying that
a
he's not a
Jewish
monster. I'm just
freak.
saying... You can't say that.
He's got Hebrew tattooed on his arms. I can say it.
Well, the way you said it sounded like you were being mean because he's Jewish.
No, it's just,
He is a freak, though.
yeah.
I love that man, but he's a little weirdo.
I've got nothing wrong with Jewish people.
No.
It's just those two.
Which two? Him and Shane or him
Yes.
and Ben?
Him
Okay.
and Shane. Ben doesn't count.
What do you mean? Ben counts.
Ben's like Ben Shapiro Jewish.
Ben's actually Jewish.
I know.
So what do you have against Shane? What's Shane done to you?
He's just strange, man.
Okay.
He's funny.
Yeah, you're right. I spent a whole weekend with that man. He's a little weirdo.
I like Shane. He's just crazy.
He's just a weird little man.
I think he took my trains whenever we were playing that Rail It game or whatever.
Oh,
And
really?
just spelled eat ass with my trains while I wasn't looking. Like,
Nice.
I
No,
got a picture of it.
back to fruit. Okay.
Yeah, cherries.
No.
Yeah.
No, you're not swaying me at all. You're not even being convincing.
Ice cream flavor, cherry.
Oh, well, hold on.
Cherry chip, awesome.
No, I think I'd rather have raspberry. Or blackberry, for that matter.
I don't think I've ever had a blackberry.
Oh,
ice
dude,
cream.
it
Sounds like it'd be okay.
Well, the thing is, my dad...
See, I don't like blackberries because too many seeds.
Well, my dad grows blackberries, so he would make homemade blackberry ice cream a lot as a kid. And that shit is so good. Like, really, really good.
Yeah.
You're not... The cherry thing, like, I need you to convince me, because now I don't
And I'm not even
understand.
talking like just maraschino cherries. I'm talking like cherries.
Like the tart ones?
Black cherries, yeah.
They suck.
Do you like black licorice?
No,
This
I
is
hate
where
it.
we're at.
See, I
'Cause
hate it.
love black licorice.
I hate it. If you ever handed me a piece of candy and it's black licorice flavor and you don't tell me and I eat it, I'm gonna punch you in the face. That is such a foul. People who like that, I'm sorry to say, your palate's broken.
I love black licorice.
Your palate sucks.
I feel like we agree on most other foods.
We do. I mean, well, this man almost got like a weird pickle pizza today.
I did just because it was out there, not because it sounded good, because it looked like that's weird as shit. And if they can pull that off,
It's fair. You know what? That's fair. Okay.
but I was like, my tummy's been upset all week. I want something good. This is the first real meal I've had.
I was about to say, you've been puking your guts out all week.
This is the first real meal I've had in like 5 days.
We were supposed to record on Friday, and he texted me Friday morning. I'm like sitting in my room editing for the other show, and he texted me. He's like, "There's no way I could come and eat like what we're gonna have today." And I was like, "Fuck! I gotta move all my schedule around."
I know. I was so sorry. I couldn't.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather you feel good and come to the show rather than feel like shit, maybe throw up during the show. Even though that would be very funny.
Oh, it wouldn't be funny for me.
No, you'd be having a terrible time, but I would be laughing at you.
Dude, I was so sick the last 2 hours of my shift on my Monday. I felt drunk. Like, I was so glad we didn't have drops that day. I went and I sat in a corner and just had my hand on my face for 2 hours. Kept
Fuck
looking
that.
at the clock for after what felt like 30 minutes. 3 minutes had gone by. Like, I was so sick. Time was going so slow.
Oh, that sucks.
I can't tell you how many times I threw up at work alone.
They didn't just send you home?
No.
Oh, that really sucks. Like, if I threw up at work, I just walk into my supervisor and go, "Hey, can I go home?" And he'd go, "Yeah, you can go home. You shouldn't be here."
Nope.
Like, I guess your job is different, but also, technically you could use your vomit as a weapon. Somebody, like, someone doing something stupid, you puke on
I'd
them.
be like, "Look, bro, you really don't want to right now."
They walk up and try and punch you in the stomach. You just throw up all over them.
Yeah, I was like, "Well, you don't even have to punch me in order for me to throw up on you right now."
But I guess my job, like, mine's a lot more physical labor, you know? Like, consistent physical labor, I mean.
Consistent, yeah.
Like, I definitely do. I move heavy shit for a living, okay?
Yeah.
If I do that while I'm puking, throwing up, and weak and shit, I just straight up can't do my job.
And like I said, I'm really glad that most of that day I didn't do shit. I had a post. So when I first started feeling sick, I was sitting at a post. It happened like an hour and a half into my shift. I started feeling like ass.
Oh.
And then I was walking around on the floor for a little bit. Then I had my lunch. And I just sat there and felt miserable. Then I went back to my post.
Do you eat anything on your lunch?
No,
That sucks.
I didn't eat anything that day.
Oh.
Well, I had Dunkin' Donuts, like donuts, early in the day. And then I had Little Caesars pizza before that,
Oh.
before shift.
Oh, dude.
So that's why I threw up.
Oh.
Little
Ooh.
Caesars.
That sucks, man.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
It was rough.
We
And then I decided we get pizza today. I needed to redeem that pizza.
we I don't know if I've mentioned this on the show, but I have a new supervisor at work. And for his first week for Friday, he was like, "Hey, if we have a potluck, everyone can bring in food. We can all eat, do a thing basically to welcome this new guy into the building and stuff." And he's really nice. I like my supervisor a lot. He's very, very cool. We talk a lot. We have a lot of the same interests, so it's really easy to like just talk to him like he's not my supervisor, I guess, and very friendly. So everyone brings in food on Friday. My dumbass, I had gotten Chinese takeout the night before. And before work, I was like, "Oh, I should eat before work." So I have some Chinese takeout. So I show up to work with a full stomach, and all this food is in front of me. I'm like, oh my God. Christian, my supervisor, bought like 100 Chick-fil-A nuggets on like the big tinfoil tin.
Yeah.
This other dude brought in 6 Little Caesars pizzas. I made a cheesecake. He who shall not be named made a charcuterie board with like meats and cheeses. It was just a lot of shit. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, man, I really should not eat any of this. I had one piece of the cheesecake that I made, and I thought I was gonna fucking die. I started pulling around stuff in like my area, and I pulled one time and went, "Oh!" I almost like threw up from how full I was.
I
Like,
thought you were
walking
going to say
around.
you almost shit yourself, to be honest.
No,
'Cause
I didn't.
That's believable, too.
I didn't shit myself. I'm not unpacking that, why that's a thing on this show ever. We're not talking about that until it happens. on the show. Like, it has to happen like while we're recording for me to bring it up.
You have to shit your bed on the show.
Shit my bed? Well, we don't record while I'm sitting on my bed, so I can't shit my bed. This little gremlin.
I was like,
My dog just walked up and started licking my wrist for no reason. So I guess let's move on
the food.
to the food. Let's talk about our rating. You know what we know what we got.
Yep.
Who goes first usually? I don't remember.
It doesn't. We usually just decide.
Okay, I'll go first. Fuck it. So like I've said before, I've been here before. I know what their red sauce tastes like. I know what their service is normally like. I know what it's about. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
I'm aware of the situation I'm getting myself into. I really like this pizza. Mostly because, for me, I'm not a big fan of thick crust pizza. Like, deep dish pizza, it's not my favorite.
Sure.
I love a good, like, New York style pizza where it's real thin and floppy. Hell, I even love, this is not a local chain, or not a local place, but a chain, Spinelli's. They have I think they call theirs Philly style pizza. That's my favorite kind of pizza.
That's fair.
But there's this, like, Philly style pizza is different because the texture on the crust is different, but it's still like that thin floppy slice. My thing about the Post is it's a thin floppy slice. Like, it's a big piece of pizza that you can fold, do whatever you want with it.
Mm-hmm.
I was glad I didn't get the red sauce because that pesto is fresh. It's tasty. It helps cut down on the richness of the cheese and the oil and the Parmesan a lot. It makes it feel less fatty, so it's easier to eat more. Like, if there was no basil on that and I got a red sauce with that pizza, I could have eaten one piece. It would have been so heavy.
Yeah.
The chicken, it was like they're sizable pieces of pretty well-cooked chicken.
Real big pieces of that.
Like, not complaining at all. The Parmesan adds a nice extra layer of, like, a depth of cheese flavor rather than just the mozzarella, you know. Because, mozzarella tastes pretty uniform across. But the Parmesan gives it that little bit of bite as I'm eating through the pizza. Yeah. The service was fine. It was a little slow, but, like, that's understandable. They were busy.
Yeah.
Like, that's not... It wasn't a rubby situation where the service was sucked because the service sucked.
Right.
The service sucked because they were busy, and that's not on them. And I could tell that they were actually trying to get things done.
And she remembered what we had. There was no question. I mean, it was just...
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
So I think I have to give it a 20. I'm not gonna... I will reserve the right.
My eyebrows literally, like, shot up.
This might be my favorite pizza place in the city, actually.
I'm going to say another place that we're going to go, Diorio's.
Okay, well, Diorio's is expensive.
A little bit, but it's fucking excellent.
It's...
Spoiler alert.
Here's my thing. For the price that I paid for this pizza, good value.
I agree.
If you're going to Diorio's, you're spending a pretty penny, but you're going to get a kick-ass pizza.
Killer.
Like, that's my only thing is, like, looking at the price point and looking what we got. Good value, good pizza, good vibes. I like.
The Post is a little too hipstery for me.
Really?
Just a little
I mean, look
bit.
at what I look
There
like
was a
right
dude.
now.
There was a dude. You're wearing sweatpants right now, which you don't wear in public.
I forgot we were going to talk about that.
We don't have to. We don't have to get into that.
We'll cover that. We'll cover that another time.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. But the dude bringing shit out of the kitchen was wearing blue jeans.
Yeah.
That were high waters.
I saw the dude. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm describing for the people.
Okay.
High water blue jeans, whitewashed light blue jeans.
Yeah.
Pulled up with a belt.
Yeah.
A white graphic T-shirt tucked in and a mullet.
Yeah. Those are my people, Cotton. Listen here. You know what I'm about.
Those are not my people.
Those are my people. Listen, you're telling me if I showed up to like a Hot Mulligan show or a Mom Jeans show and that guy was in the crowd, I go, yeah, he's supposed to be here.
Yeah, I'm not.
Well, that's true. We're very different people in that respect.
That's true.
But yeah, no, that's my vibe, you know. So I like the place. I like the pizza. I like the service. I have almost nothing to complain about. I had a good time.
That's fair.
Only thing that would make it better would have been a beer.
20 blows my mind.
And that's on me. The thing is, the reason I'm rating it so high is because it's consistent. I've never had a bad experience.
I agree.
Like, I've been there probably more than 5 times, less than 10, probably 7 or 8.
Yeah, this is probably my 3rd or 4th time going.
And I think most of the time when you go with me.
Yeah.
I always drag you along to go.
Yeah. I mean, it was a big group thing the first time.
Yeah. But, like,
the second time we were going to go, We ended up having 4 pegs instead because
We need to go there.
We'll go there eventually.
There's a bar by the Post called the 4 Pegs. Very, very good. I had an excellent time last time we went.
Yeah.
That's the classic. Anytime I mention why Laren shouldn't drink, I bring up that place.
Yeah.
I like how we're not even gonna explain it. We're just gonna.
Nope.
No, we'll talk about it when he comes on the show.
Yep.
I won't. You know what? Here's what I'll say. I won't harass the man unless he's here to defend himself.
Oh, I will. I'll put him on blast whenever.
I know you will.
I tried to take the defamation off of you last night and put it on Laren. Nobody wanted to hop in.
Wait. Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
I'm like, why isn't anybody shitting on Laren? We're normally always shitting on Laren.
For context, there's a Discord server with us and a bunch of friends from high school, and one of our friends' fiancés decided to start sending pictures of me that are cursed and old. Like, I'm talking like middle school band Bob or high school theater Bob.
Uh-huh.
They're bad. So
we got high school theater Jesse though.
Yeah, that's just him without a beard. I'm gonna be honest.
It's just Gaston.
It's just Gaston, yeah.
Literally.
God, it's so good. Anyway, back to the food. What are you gonna rate it, Cotton? I'm curious what your thoughts are.
So I enjoy it. I enjoy the place. I don't really have a problem with it. I like their red sauce for what it is. I never get light sauce there. So I really enjoy the pizza I had today too. It was a lot better than I expected it to be, and that's because normally it's greasy when you get that kind of pizza. This wasn't. Mm-hmm. And the blue cheese really, really, really complemented the mozzarella. Like you were talking about the bite from the Parmesan, like just the way that they blended together with the buffalo. I was like, that's it. It was really, really good, solid, consistent flavor all the way throughout the pizza. And yeah, I can agree. There's a consistent. Like, the place is real consistent every time you go. I mean, it's always semi-slow service, so that, like, hurts my score a little bit.
Sure.
You know, I mean, there's never going to be I'm going to say there's probably never going to be a perfect place because there's never going to be anywhere that's got, like, fast service, excellent food, and it's consistent.
See, we don't find it. We'll unearth that gem one day.
Maybe. All around, good time. I'm going to give it hard. Not a 20. Absolutely not a 20.
That's fair.
That scares me.
I just like this place.
I think this will be our biggest point difference. I'm giving it a 16.
What's that difference of 4?
Yeah.
What's that put us average at 18?
Yeah.
That's not bad. That's a pretty good score on our scale, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, we've not bombed a place yet. Like, Rubby's was bad.
I think we've only had one places outside of the teens.
Yes, I think so.
We need to keep track of that.
Yeah, I haven't thought about that.
That's something we need to write down somewhere and keep.
Yeah, that's fair. I need to find the thing for the receipts and put those in there because that's important.
Yeah.
Well, that's a thing for another time.
Little black box somewhere.
It's in the closet. I
think.
Oh,
sorry, it's that giant 300-foot by 200-foot cardboard board that you use as your ceiling.
Oh yeah. Oh God, that's that. When did we bring that up?
I just started saying shit one day.
That was on an episode a while ago.
Yeah, it was like 4 episodes ago.
We do these. Listen,
It was a month or 2 ago.
Yeah, I can't do this show every week because I have the other show and also work and other stuff and D&D and other things happening in my life. The fact that we don't do this show every week confuses the shit out of me because every time we come back, I'm like, what the fuck happened 2 weeks ago? I don't remember. And it's like, I call back to an old episode and I go, that was 4 months ago.
Yeah, it's crazy how long we've been going.
And how few episodes we have.
I don't know.
Compared to my other podcast, where I think we looked at it, I'm at 29 releases on episodes, but we're only on technically episode number 17 of the show because we did a bunch of specials and stuff.
Wacky. And those take way more of your time, too.
Yeah, because I edit those. You edit this, so I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
When we're done recording, I just send it away and don't worry about it.
But not even just that. It's the having to watch a movie, talk about the movie. Somebody's looking at facts. Somebody's got to create the board.
Yep. Well, that's all Ben. There's where all the time goes. It's all Ben. None of that's on me.
I mean, that's fair.
Like, Ben curates the board. Ben gets the facts together. You know what I do? I show up. I watch the movie. I talk about it. That's it.
Well, you wait for Ben to show up because you do it here.
Well, yeah, I wait for Ben to show up to my room. When are we gonna have your mom on the show?
To be determined.
Okay, good, because I want to move before I have your mom on the show.
Yeah, you said that. That's why I said to be determined.
Good, because I don't really
Want her in your basement.
Not even that. Well, it is that, but also like, I've never met your mom, and for some reason, meeting your mom makes me nervous. It's like when you meet someone you're dating's like parent for the first time, but like we're not dating, but I've known you for so long and we're such good friends that it's weird that I haven't met your parents, and now I have standards and I'm nervous. I'm like, oh god, I don't want to embarrass myself in front of Cotton's mom. Oh god.
Yeah, it's like we've been dating out of state for like 10 years.
It's ridiculous. You lived in my fucking dorm, like
basically, yeah.
You and fucking Laren.
Yeah.
That is one of the wildest times of my life.
That's where it all started.
Because one day you and Laren just showed up and just didn't leave.
He said, "Let's go hang out with Bob."
And you all never left.
Yep.
For months. And I would just wake up every day and you'd be passed out on the couch and Laren would be passed out in like the love seat.
We'd all be naked at 3 o'clock in the morning playing board games.
And then I would just leave to go to class and I would come back and you all would still be there.
Yep.
And I'd be like, okay, I guess you all never left. I guess this is what we do now.
Sometimes I would leave and I would come back in.
Yep. Even though you didn't have a key.
Well, see, so I can talk about that now because now we don't go to school there, or I don't go to school there.
I don't go either. I quit after last semester.
I knew the receptionist.
Wait, really?
In your building, I knew her from when I worked at McDonald's. She worked at McDonald's with me. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I knew her. So sometimes I would sit down there in the lobby and talk, and she'd be like, "You need to get in."
Jesus Christ.
She would let me into the building, and then sometimes she would let me into your room. Totally not supposed to do that.
Not supposed to, but I mean, it was fine.
But I know she's graduated now, so like.
Yeah. That's really, man, oh God. We have some stories that I want to get into on the podcast because we're about to wrap this one up. But remember that time Jared came over with a violin case?
I was literally thinking, you know that one time? That's where I went.
Yeah.
It was that or when Laren was pouring liquor on his windshield in order to get the ice off.
Okay, we'll cover that in a different podcast because those are fucking stupid. Those are good stories.
Oh man, pubes were on fire, all kinds of stuff.
Well, I don't want to say that. I'm not gonna say that. I have a video of something that's sort of related.
Of that?
Yeah. Well, and something else. Talk about the car thing. You know? Oh, were you there for that? No, you weren't.
The Tokyo Drift?
No.
No.
Way worse. I can't get into that on the podcast because
Okay.
I don't know if the people involved in that story want me to tell that story. Because okay, we're gonna wrap this up.
Yep.
I think this is it. This is the end of the podcast.
Leave a like.
Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let us, if you have recommendations for food places you want us to go, let us know because
Send 'em.
we love to go to places people recommend. Because like,
Hey, if you recommend it somewhere, we haven't done it and we haven't mentioned it, tell us again.
tell us again, or also we're planning on it because we have quite a few places going right now.
Maybe.
We will have guests on the show at some point. We've talked about
the
it.
request list is getting short. I am saying that.
The request list is getting shorter because we've been hitting them. Check us out on Twitter at @lost_Louisville. I will try to post the episodes when they come up there. I forgot for a couple episodes,
It's like
but
we've never missed an episode. We've never missed posting on our Twitter.
no, never. Not like there's a link to episode 3 and then the next one's episode 7. Not like I missed 4, 5, and 6 or anything. I think that's it. I think that's the rest of the podcast. We'll see you in 2 weeks, everybody.
We will. Good night.